My brother-in-law called me the babysitter at Thanksgiving because I'm a stay-at-home dad. My 6-year-old corrected him before I could. The table went silent. I quit my job 2 years ago. Not because I was fired. Not because I couldn't handle it. I was a senior project manager pulling in 6 figures. I left because my wife and I sat down, looked at the numbers, looked at our kids, and made a decision together. She had just gotten promoted. Her new salary was almost double mine. Childcare for 2 kids in our area was $3,200 a month. And our youngest was struggling. Speech therapy twice a week, behavioral assessments, and a waiting list for specialists that was 8 months long. Someone had to be home. I volunteered. Not because I had to, because I wanted to. And for 2 years, I've been the one who packs lunches, drives to school, sits in the therapist's waiting room, helps with homework, coaches the little league team, and reads bedtime stories every single night. I've never regretted it, not once, but not everyone sees it that way. My brother-in-law Kevin has had a problem with it from day one. He's the type who measures a man's worth by his paycheck. He drives a truck he can't afford, works 60 hours a week at a job he hates, and thinks that makes him more of a man than me. He usually keeps his comments to small jabs. Must be nice having no responsibilities. So what do you actually do all day? When are you going back to real work? I've always let it go. For my wife, for the family, for peace. But Thanksgiving changed everything. We were all sitting around my in-laws' dining table. 15 people. The food was out. Someone asked my son, Ethan, what he was thankful for. Ethan, 6 years old, gap-toothed smile, still can't tie his shoes, stood up on his chair and said, I'm thankful for my dad, because he's always there. The whole table smiled. My wife squeezed my hand under the table. And then Kevin opened his mouth. He leaned back in his chair, let out this loud laugh, and said, well, sure, the babysitter's always there. That's the job, right? A few people chuckled nervously. My father-in-law looked at his plate. My wife's jaw tightened. I felt my face go hot, but I didn't say anything. I never say anything. But Ethan did. He looked directly at Kevin. Not angry, not upset, just confused. And in the quietest, most honest voice a 6-year-old can use, he said, he's not a babysitter. He's my dad. Babysitters go home. My dad never leaves. The table went dead silent. Kevin tried to laugh it off. I was just joking, buddy, but nobody laughed with him. Not even his own wife. My mother-in-law put her fork down and said, that boy said what we've all been thinking. Kevin didn't say another word for the rest of the meal. After dinner, my wife found me in the kitchen doing dishes. She wrapped her arms around me from behind and whispered, you're the best father I've ever seen. But the part that broke me, really broke me, was later that night. I was tucking Ethan into bed, and he grabbed my hand and said, Dad, why did Uncle Kevin call you a babysitter? You do way more than a babysitter. I smiled and said, some people just don't understand, buddy. He thought about it for a second. Then he said, that's okay. I understand. I didn't cry in front of him. I made it to the hallway first. Kevin hasn't made a single comment since. And every morning when I make Ethan's lunch, I remember what he said at that table. A babysitter goes home. A dad never leaves.